You're feeling a little unsure about your future, and that's why you clicked on this video exactly, because we're going to be talking about how to quiet the noise in your life. You're probably like, dude, my life is crazy. I'm always thinking about this, always thinking about that, one thing after another, and there's always stuff happening to me at the same time. Well, today we're going to be diving deep into how to quiet your mind and how it is so effective and how you might already know how to quiet your mind, but we're also going to go over some ways that'll help quiet your mind and why it's actually so beneficial for your life in the first place. So, first off, I want to say, what's up? My name's Anthony. We're going to be giving some wisdom today, and let's get started. So, first off, what is noise? What even is it? What even is it gonna do for my life if I quiet it? Well, we all know what the noise is. The noise is, the distractions here, there, everywhere. It could be your phone, it could be social media, it could be a multitude of things. But the moment you quiet whatever that is specifically for your life, then you're gonna start realizing how crazy things actually end up getting for you. So, a lot of us really feel like we need to be always involved in stuff, always with our friends, always with our family, always with our coworkers and this and that. And a lot of it is true. We do need to be around those people and it's really good for us, but sometimes it can be bad. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, my whole idea is that when you quiet the noise in your life, well, it's not really my idea, but when you quiet the noise in your life, your dream path of your life exists and it just appears right in front of you. Now, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to off everything, cut off my phone, cut off my Instagram, cut off my friends, and then boom, I'm going to be rich and famous. That's not exactly how it works. I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't actually work like that. But this is why doing that can actually help you in the long run. So, if you're someone who is constantly being absorbing stuff, whether it's Netflix, whether it's your phone and social media, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's TikToks, whatever it might be, or it could just be work. Work is a really good thing to kind of have involved in, really up in your face and constant. But the thing is, when it gets too noisy, it can get a little overwhelming. And how do you know when it's overwhelming? Well, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel like things are going bonkers in your life. You're going to be like, I don't know what's going on, dude. This is not going right in my life over here. Whatever the case is for you specifically, you can quiet that little zone. All you got to do is turn the volume down just a little bit. And this is the reason why I think that quieting the noise in your life is so valuable because it allows your brain to get a chance to breathe. And it sounds so simple and so amazing, but it really does come down to that. But it's not easy to necessarily turn down the volume. It's not as easy as just dialing it down with a dial. And the reason why I think is because we have to realize during those quiet moments that are sometimes uncomfortable, which most of the time it will be. If you're going to delete Instagram off your phone or delete TikTok or I don't know, just not talk to those people that you know were not good for you anymore, that thing is going to be difficult. It's not just going to be a walk in the park. Sometimes it is, though. Sometimes it is. Not all the time. Most of the time, I'd say it's probably a little bit difficult. So, the reason why is because your brain is just so used to things being so loud. Having TikTok in your ear, having, Instagram, social media, all your friends, successful people, whatever it is, all this stuff is just distracting. And the moment you could look at yourself and say, hey, I'm going to be honest with myself, I am distracted right now. I feel like I can't really exactly grasp how to focus all the time because there's just so many distractions in this world nowadays. We live in a technology age where there's literally screens everywhere. So your attention's being grabbed here, over here, and all that's doing is giving you a false sense of dopamine. We have dopamine in our brain. If you don't know what dopamine is, it's literally a chemical in your brain that gets released when you complete something or when you feel like you've accomplished something. So what this social media stuff does is it completely throws that out the window. You're just getting instant gratification. So think about it from this perspective. If you really want to make, here, I have this on my desk. Let's just say you really want to make crystals, right? We got a little angel, right? Say this is your business, right? In order to do that, you have to quiet your mind because if you're not, then you're going to be getting instant gratification from all these other things and you're not going to feel gratified when you make one of these and get a sale. That's just an example. But when you really, really, really decide to detox from all of the noise, and I'm talking no phone distractions, getting rid of Instagram, getting rid of Snapchat, whatever it is that you find that your body is craving, trust me, you will know when you go ahead and delete those apps. I deleted Instagram like a month ago, and sometimes I go on my computer on Instagram, which I think every once in a while it's not, the worst thing to do, but When you delete these things, you're going to notice that your body's going to automatically open your phone and go to where Instagram was, where you had it on that specific page on your phone. And you're going to be like, dude, oh my God, my body's looking for this. Like, and then you're going to really, truly realize what your addiction is. And social media, the noise, everything that's going on in the outer environment is all just, I don't want to say it's an illusion, but it's like very, hey, this is right here. And you wish you could have all that, but you don't have it. It's very like a little bit of a separation if you allow it. But when you get rid of those things, you're going to notice what it is that you truly believe in, what your values really are. And I think that is really where the most important part of quieting the noise is. So definitely start off by deleting apps, deleting Instagram, deleting Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. Now, if it's your job, obviously don't delete it, but maybe set some app timers, stuff like that. There's a bunch of different ways to go about it, but if you really want to change, you're going to have to quiet down the noise. Now, what exactly can we replace it with? Because we do want to replace the things that we are getting rid of that are no longer serving us. Now, obviously, there's a lot of good in social media, but there is also a lot of bad, and you have to have that balance. It's just like, you know, if you're going to be drinking alcohol, for example, or doing anything that you know you can do in moderation, but you get a little out of hand sometimes. We all get that way. And replacing it with something that's going to help is going to really, really, really allow the good to happen. Now, how do I quiet my mind? How do I quiet the noise after I've gotten rid of all the stuff? After I've gotten rid of Instagram, gotten rid of the TV, Netflix, whatever it is that you think is really just distracting yourself from becoming the best version of yourself. And the number one thing that I really recommend is, this is just one of the things that you could do, is begin meditating. If you have never meditated, now is the time to really practice that. Now is the time to look up on YouTube guided meditations. Now is the time to really just learn a new skill that's going to actually help the dopamine in your brain. Because when you meditate, you aren't really necessarily getting instant gratification, but you are feeling grateful. And I think that's a thing, because you got to work through it. You got to work in your inside, because it's not anything on the outside, it's all on the inside. And that's where your reality actually begins. And you all know that. I know you do. So I know you needed to hear that. But another thing is creating intentional silence throughout your day. And how can you do this? Well, you could literally just sit in a room like I am right now. Just sit in this room and then just no talking. No talking. No texting, no calling, no talking to anybody, no doing anything. Just sit there with yourself and really allow yourself to be quiet and silent. And you're going to be amazed how boring this is, but also you're going to be amazed how super, super helpful it is. At first, you're going to walk out of the room and you're going to be like, dude, what am I doing in this room by myself, not doing anything for like 30 minutes or an hour? I challenge you to do it for an hour. It's difficult. It's not easy. It's really not easy now in our generation, especially if you're a young person. But the amount of power that you will gain from this is exponential. I'm telling you, it's one of the most powerful tools that you can do in the modern day civilization. And I really think that intentionally allowing silence, just silence, and also meditating, I mean, that also is quieting the mind as well. If you can find ways to quiet your mind and turn off that thinking in the brain where it's just always constant, just your brain waves are going nuts. If you could slow down your brain waves, you will notice a huge change in what it is that you want. Now, I'm not going to say that your life will happen just like that. Your dream life will just come into play. No. You're going to have to put in the work, but it will help you reveal the path forward. Now, we're not always supposed to know exactly what the heck is on the path forward, but we have an idea. And as long as we can see that path forward, that's the beginning step. And that's what's most important. So getting the noise quiet will allow that dream path to appear. And then you can do whatever you want with that. You can really realize, oh, I quieted my mind. I got rid of all this stuff, and now I just feel a lot more confident. Or maybe I just feel a little bit more confident, but that is progress, people. It's all about getting that little progression step. So over the course of the next month, over the course of the next 3 months, you're going to turn into a totally different person. A totally different person, just by realizing that these habits are no longer good for you anymore. And you have to understand that during this process, you have to trust the process that you will align with your true self. You know, You have to really, really trust it. It's not going to make sense at first, especially if you're used to scrolling on Instagram all day or having distractions of other people, or maybe your noise is just what other people think about you or how they live in your head rent free. We're not doing that in 2025. We're done feeling those feelings. We're done with those emotions. And it's all about trusting the process and aligning with your true self. This is what's going to bring you to your true self. It's going to help you be more authentic. And it seems so counterproductive just getting rid of stuff. And I know that Instagram is awesome and TikTok is awesome, but at the end of the day, it's doing something to your brain that you don't want. You don't want it, and you might not realize it, but it's making these things happen. It's making you feel a little bit more anxious. It's making you compare yourself to others, and being able to look at yourself in the face and say, okay, this is my problem, and doing something about it, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's throwing you out of your normal routine. Think about it. When you're in a new routine, you get thrown out of your normal one. You're like, oh, I need this. I need this. Where's my sippy cup? You know, like it's like a baby. If you take away a freaking sippy cup from a baby, he's gonna be like, yo, this is my daily routine, bro. Why are you taking this away from me? Oh, here's the real cup, baby. Baby's not gonna want the real cup, but it's about just really feeling through those emotions when they do come up, when you do detox from all this stuff. Now, detoxing, like I said, can be anything. It can be social media. It could be other people's opinions about you. It could be anything, literally anything that you can think of, and you know exactly what that is right now. And if you don't, go sit in a room by yourself without your phone, without anything, and just think. Just allow your mind to just wander and see where it goes. You will start to see all the things that you really, really want to work on. And the more you do this, the more deeper things are going to go. So like if you continue to silence yourself off of social media, go in a quiet room once a day for 20 minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It doesn't even need to be this whole hour-long thing. Hour-long is definitely if you really want to do it. But I guarantee you, if you guys do this, you will change your life and you will feel so much better. You will feel less anxiety. You will feel less pressure. You will feel more aligned with your path. And most importantly, you will be aligned with yourself. You will know what you want and you know how to get it, and you will know the steps that you need to do to take to get to there. Because it's all about that dopamine detox and quieting the mind and understanding the power behind it and what it actually does for your brain. Because our brains are so complex, dude. It's so easy for everyone to talk about the brain and all this and all that, but there's so much scientific evidence about how neurons work and how they fire and wire, but you can also disconnect neurons. You can deprune them and make them not a thing in your brain anymore. And it's not like it's literally like putting it in the recycling bin and just deleting it like it's on the computer, but you're quieting the mind, man. And that is something that is so powerful to most people that they don't even know that they can do that. And I think that you are capable of doing this. You know you are capable of doing this. And you know that it's going to be good for you. I'm not saying quit Instagram or quit TikTok forever. I'm just saying quit the addiction of being swallowed by it, making that noise really loud. Like when you're at a rock concert or a concert, like it's turned up all the way, your senses are just getting overloaded. And when you just give your senses a break to relax, could be a couple weeks, could be 3 days, could be 2 days, could be a month, could be 6 months, whatever it is that you want to make that, make it your goal to keep doing it. Now, I really, really want to keep making videos on this channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. But let me know if you're going to quiet the noise in your life, and give me some comments about what it is that maybe you're already doing to quiet your life, or maybe a scenario in the past where you quieted your life in the past, and really take a look at how that affected your life. It always is positive. It always is positive. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable at first, like I said, but you got this. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.